All right, welcome to the third part of the lecture number 3. Um, in this lecture or in this video, now we are going to discuss designing for readability. Designing for readability means design affects readability in two important ways. First, depending on how they are used, design elements can increase or decrease the effectiveness of your message. Thoughtful readers focused design makes messages easier to read, whereas poorly chosen design elements can act as barriers that impede communication. And the second point is the visual design sends a non-verbal message to your readers, influencing their perceptions of the communication before they read a single word. So to achieve an effective design, pay carefully attention to the following design elements. These are the design elements: consistency, balance, restraint, and detail. Consistency. Throughout each message, be consistent in your use of margins, typefaces, type size, spacing, color, lines, and position. In most cases, you will want to be consistent from message to message as well. That way, audience who receive multiple messages from you recognize your documents and know what to expect. Style sheets and themes can be a big help here. Second is balance. So balance is important but sometimes subjective design issue. One document may have a formal, rigid design in which the various elements are placed in a great pattern, whereas another may have a less formal design in which elements flow more freely across the page. And both could be in balance, like the tone of your language. Visual balance can be too formal, just right, or too informal for a given message. Number third is restraint. Restraint means strive for simplicity. Don't clutter your message with too many design elements, too many colors, or too many decorative touches. If you talk about detail, so pay attention to details that affect your design and thus your message. For instance, extremely wide columns of text can be difficult to read. In many cases, a better solution is to split the text into two narrow columns. Even without special training in graphic design, you can make your printing electronic messages more effective by understanding the use of design elements. Just like we have design elements that are white space, margins, and justification. White space means any space free of text or artwork is considered white space. These unused areas provide visual contrast and important resting points for your readers. So white space includes the open area surrounding headings, margins, paragraph, intent, space around image, vertical space between columns, and horizontal space between paragraphs or lines of the text. To increase the chance that readers will read your messages, be generous with the white space. It makes pages and screens feel less intimidated and easier to read. If you look at the margins and justifications, So margins define the space around the text and between the columns. In addition to their width, the look and feel of margins are influenced by the way you arrange lines of text, which can be set one justified, which means that they are flush or aligned vertically, and both the left and the right. So we have examples, just as if you know, the magazines, newspapers and the books often use justified types because it can accommodate more text in a given space. So however, justified type needs to be used with the care and is not a good choice for most routine business documents. So first, it creates a dense look because the uniform line length decrease the amount of white space along the right margin. So second, it produces a more formal look that isn't appropriate for all situations. Third, unless it formatted with skill and attention, justified type can be more difficult to read because it can produce large gaps between words and excessive hyphenization or hyphenation at the end of the lines. Typefaces and type styles. Okay, so what is typeface and what is type style? Typeface refers to the physical design of the letters, numbers and other text characters. Font and typeface are often used interchangeably. Although strictly speaking, a font is a set of characters in a given type space. Typeface influences the tone of your message, making it look authoritative or friendly, businesslike or casual, classic or modern, and so on. So be sure to choose fonts that are appropriate for your message. Many of the fonts on your computer are not appropriate for for the business use. If we have another typeface, and that is serif typeface, have a small cross lines. They have a small cross lines, although. So type style refers to any modification that lends contract or emphasis to types, including boldface, italic, understanding, and color. For example, you can boldface individual words and phrases to draw more attention to them. Italic type has specific uses as well, such as highlighting quotations and indicating foreign words, irony, or book or movie title, or unconventional usage. Use any type style in moderation. For instance, understanding or using all uppercase letters can interfere with the reader's ability to recognize the shapes of words. Improperly placed bold-faced or italicized type can slow down your reader, and shadowed or outlined type can seriously handle legibility. Using technology to reduce your message. Well, production tools vary widely depending on the software and systems you are using. So some systems offer limited formatting and production capability, whereas some word processing software now offers some capability that rival those of the professional publishing software. for many day-to-day business needs. So desktop publishing software, if you have the desktop publishing software, no matter what system you are using, become familiar with the basic formatting capabilities. A few hours of exploration on your own or an introductory training course can help you dramatically improve this production quality of your documents. If you look at the templates, themes, style sheets, it means that you can save a tremendous amount of time and ensure consistency by using templates, themes and style sheets. Here, page setup. So use page setup to control margin, orientation, portrait or vertical, landscape or horizontal, and the location of the headers, text and graphics that repeat at the top of every page, and the footer similar to the header but at the bottom of the page. If you look at the column formatting, so column formatting, most business documents use a single column of text, but multiple columns can be an attractive format for the documents, such as newsletters. So columns are also handy for formatting long lists. If you look at the paragraph formatting, so paragraph formatting, most business documents use a single column of text. And you know that to take advantage of paragraph formatting controls to enhance the look of your documents. For instance, you can offset quotations by increasing margin width around a single paragraph, and you also compress line spacing to fit a document on a single page, or use hanging indent to set off the first line of the paragraph. Numbered and bullet lists. So let your software do the busy work of formatting numbered and bullet lists. It can also automatically renumber lists when you add or remove items, saving you the embarrassment of misnumbering, we can say. All right, tables. Tables are great for displaying any information that lends itself to rows or columns, including calendars, numerical data, or comparisons, and multi-column bulleted lists. So use paragraph and font formatting throughout within tables for the best look. The last thing is images, text boxes, and objects. Word processing and desktop publishing software let you insert a wide variety of images using industry standard formats such as JPEG and GIF. So text boxes are small blocks of text that stand apart from the main text and can be placed anywhere on the page. They are great for captions, callouts, margin notes, and so on. And objects can be anything from a spreadsheet to a sound clip or to an engineering drawing. Similarly, blogging systems, wikis, and other web developments tools let you insert a variety of pictures, audio or video clips, and other multiple elements. Alright, let's come to the last slide, proofreading your message. Proofreading is a quality inspection stage for your documents. It is your last chance to make sure your document is ready to carry out your message and your reputation to intended audience. So even a small mistake can doom your efforts. So take proofreading seriously. Look for two types of problems. Number one, undetected mistakes from the writing, design, and layout stage. And number two, mistakes that crept in during production. For the first category, you can review format and layout guidelines in Appendix 1, including standard formats for letters and memos, and brush up on writing basics with the handbook of grammar, mechanics, and usage at the end of the book. And the second category can include anything from computer glitches, such as incorrect typefaces, to problem web links, to problems with the ink used in printing, or be carefully vigilant with the complex documents and complex production processes that involves teams of people and multiple computers. So strange thing can happen as files move from computer to computer, especially when lots of multimedia elements are involved. To be most effective, proofreading should be a methodology or a methodological procedure in which you look for specific problems. So here are some of the problems we have to discuss, and so here are some of the advice. For example, make multiple passes. So go through the document several times, focusing on a different aspect each time. For instance, look at the content errors the first time and layout errors at the second time. Also use perceptual tricks to keep from missing errors that are in plain sight. Try reading pages backward, placing your finger under each word and reading it silently. So covering everything but the line you are currently reading, or reading the document loudly. And also focus on high priority items, as well as get some distance. If possible, don't proofread immediately after finishing the document. Let your brain wander off to the new topics and then come back in a fresh letter. Stay focused and vigilant and take your time. So quick proofreading is not careful proofreading as well. Okay, so that is uh, enough for today. And now, as I told you before, that I will give some assignments to the students. So look at here, learning objects. So check your progress. In this progress we will discuss, we will not discuss, but the students will describe all these things that discuss the value. Okay, these are actually the assignments for the students. These are the assignments. Number one is discuss the value and careful revision, and describe the task involved in evaluating your first draft and the work of other writers. List some techniques you can use to improve readability to your messages. Describe the step you can take to improve and clarity of your message or your writing, and give some tips on making your writing more concise. Also identify some software tools that can help you revise messages and explain the risks. So all you have to read all these lists and try to make assignments all of these, okay, from all of these. So the answers are also discussed in my lectures, but you can also help from my lectures, and you can also help from the Google, but it should not be copy paste, okay, it should be in your own words, and try to use your own words. That will be more appropriate and that will be more appreciated. And you can also send your assignments on my email, abdul.hafiz3791@gmail.com. As I have already mentioned by email in the last previous lectures as well, and you can also take my email from the previous lectures last slides. So thank you very much for watching this video and understanding the lecture. Hope we will see you in the next lecture. So thank you so much, and stay blessed and stay safe. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.